Good morning, good morning, good morning. Can anybody hear me? I'm about to fucking spaz out. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Sorry that I am late. I have been dealing with a bunch of bullshit that is absolutely not, I guess, unprecedented amount of shit that I have been dealing with this morning. However, we are here. Our tits are out. I'm torqued up like a 4x4. I'm ready to have a good day. Let's get it. Good morning, good morning. Hopefully, everybody can see. Let's see. What do we got? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Cheers, Mr. Business. How are you, sir? Yeah, no, sorry. I just came home and internet was completely out. Called the people to speak with them. They just basically told me they have no rhyme or reason for what the fuck is going on. Anyway, Tesla is thoroughly touching me up 2% right now. I'm going to go and be. You're goddamn right. You're goddamn right, Arctic. I'm out here cutting glass, buddy. I'm out here. You know what I mean? We're keeping it pushing. We're looking voluptuous. We're living vicariously. However, we're looking for semis to rally. We're kind of. I was kind of shocked that GM did as well as it did. They're killing the game on all fronts right now. I believe they were up 2%. We're looking at Google and Microsoft and quite a bit of China weakness coming in here. I want to see how the market goes and shakes out over the Evergrande liquidation and stuff like that. But if you're sitting here looking at the market now, as opposed and thinking, how do I go and profit off of the data coming in? The data coming in for FOMC, non-farm, and that kind of stuff on Wednesday is going to be a very, very key factor, in my opinion. So we're definitely going to be looking into that. But make sure that you're liked and subscribed. Send it to a friend, you know what I'm saying? Let them know what's popping. But hopefully everybody else is having a good morning. I'm taking the L as a team lead right now. You know what I mean? I got voluptuous cheeks. I'm looking fucking sellable. You know, I'm marketable. I got nice curb appeal and shit right now. So I'll take this one for the team. But we are looking for just kind of overall weakness in the market. If we can go, I think that if anything other than if we get good earnings, then I think we probably come down. If we have flat earnings, I think we fly. If we have bad earnings, I genuinely think we sit sideways. Almost as if it's a situation of opposite day. Whatever they end up doing, I think it has an adverse effect. Like, let's say we really need tech right now to stay good. If it does not, I don't see the economy just going and being able to walk through that. Sorry, I had to hit my mic real quick and hit the weed whacker one time. I just, as I was turning my mic on, was able to go and finally sit down. So I do apologize for the interruption and inconvenience this morning. There was absolutely no reason or no issue with my router, no issue with a billing problem, no W4. None of it makes any sense. So I get to go and talk to a supervisor about that, because that is absolutely not bueno. I feel like at that time too, I feel like there's an argument to be made if you're a day trader. If I lose my internet for a minute, even 30 seconds, I'm losing thousands of dollars. So there's got to be some liability on the internet provider's part, in my opinion. I know that's probably not the case, but still, there's got to be some kind of understanding that, like, if you're paying your bill, there's no issues, you're an upstanding customer. There, like, I feel like there's got to be some kind of insurance, considering the way that we operate as a population at this point, being that internet is almost more vital to us than fucking air in some situations, especially when you go and try to take an iPad from a kid. But if you're doing some shit like work, or you work in finance, or you know what I mean, like, that's just unacceptable. And at that point, they have the ability to throw their hands up and say, "Hey, we didn't do anything. It was a glitch." Well, that glitch just cost me X amount of dollars. That's frustrating. You know what I mean? I think there's got to be some kind of protection there going forward, but very, very weird. Anyway, the market kind of just had that little gap up. What I do think is interesting, though, is the fact that the SQs and the SPY kind of just went, and even with a 2% move in Tesla and what was it, 0.5% move in Nvidia, still hanging around 234. Nope, that's not even close. 624. I think the market looks very, very nice in the sense of things are all hunky-dory right now, but shit could get very, very interesting very, very quickly. And I think that that's kind of what the market makers are kind of relying on here, is fear. I don't think that the market's just going to just take off. I think there's more validity for them to walk this session back. What would be even more beautiful is if they wanted to go and gap Tesla up by 2.5%, bait everybody in, thinking we're going to get a little pop and a little run. But effectively, all we're doing is running the same area that we ran, and just, I mean, this right here, after that 3 o'clock, I want to say it was the bond or whatever, Sabrina posted yesterday, but at 3 o'clock they were having data that just absolutely sent the SPY. But on Tesla, it picked it back up, which doesn't make quite a lot of sense. Probably should have gone and been under 188 and been held there, but right at 3 o'clock pulls it back up, goes right up to the high and tries to close. Does not make it though. So for this gap up to happen is almost just an over move by Tesla, in my opinion. If it decides that it wants to come back and come retouch these 90, the 190 area, then we'll see, and we'll see if that's gonna decide to try to hold there as support. However, I don't know that I don't know that you go and get that kind of deep push that you think. I would see it being more of an issue to try to go to that gap fill and probably walk itself down to 189 and then try to hold that. But depending on what we're getting data wise and how the market decides to roll out this morning, I would like to see that first gap fill from 192.60 up to 193.55. But if we give these certain levels here, something here, I think that's a perfect run down to the 200 period. Excuse me. but this is where I would try to look for support. But we're just going to see how this one comes out. I'm going to more than likely take the few dollars I have on the SQs from yesterday. We're going to hopefully see the SQs decide to get back up over the 200 period. Probably going to be out of half at the 200 period, and if we decide to go and start marching back up to 12, then I'll start evaluating it from there. But yeah, overall, beautiful morning. Top of the morning to you. Like Mr. Rogers said, always take your breathing treatment. I put my cardigan on one sleeve at a time, bro. I don't know about you guys. I'm ready to get these tits out and ready to play with some market. And yes, CBS, this is a type of bounce. You know, got to keep a little upbeat, keep the body guessing, you know. Appreciate you guys coming and hanging out. Make sure that you like and subscribe with your grandmother's lips. I'm going to see if the SPY wants to go and hold this trend here that we were coming through. Tapped up 200 period now. At this point, this needs to come back. But what I want to see is if the SPY can survive the dip underneath the 200 period right here. And it's got a couple of places that it could absolutely bounce. I just think that it'll probably go and try to pick a middle of the two, which would kind of make sense right about 488.50 where we were trading at yesterday, and trying to go and we were trying to go and continue long here, but that was simply off of data that I don't know what the fuck this was about. This doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me just because of or I guess technically speaking, it just seems like oh, we're gonna run this for an hour. They can erase the entire move in that hour. The issue that I have is that Tesla has been strong, but what I need is Tesla to come down a little bit, and I'm gonna have to restructure that position. But what I'm gonna do is more than likely try to start looking long, but I would like to go and have my cake and eat it too. I want to go long here, but I also don't want to go and be so long that I'm only long. What I'm going to try to do is use Tesla's ability to move and the volatility that it has at these lower areas. What I'm kind of looking for is something down here where we were trading yesterday. I love the fact, and because remember I was telling you guys yesterday, I love the fact that Tesla's doing this and it looks great and shit. But when we got here, that was just beaten over and over and over. That's where we were shorting it. And now we've put $6 on the fucking price. Well, you better have a reason, because right now I don't know that that was a smart decision. It looks like it just gassed out. So I wouldn't actually go and be surprised to see Tesla try to run to like 198 or something like that. Real stupid candle. But I'm still looking to go short. I still think the market just turns over. I don't think it's going to go and just crater by any means. I think we're doing a very good job, and I think we're getting a lot of buying behind the moves that we are going and making. But I would like to go and have a little bit more than just, ooh, we're at the 190 area to go and feel like I'm making a good buy. SQ's trying to perk up here. I'm going to probably take the percent on the SQ. I don't know. I don't think the SQ's got hammered too bad. No, I'm definitely going to be buying Tesla 182.5s and probably trying to restructure my 177s for probably looking at that 185 area. But I could easily see us going and trying to find this area on the SPY into that 187, 186 area. I would like to just see it come down just a little bit and not have up today again in pre. Yeah, it's moving. It's breaking out right now. 1839. Yeah, that's looking spicy. You need to hold right here. Probably tries to go and rip back into 1750. But looking very strong right now. Kind of want to just see. Not every day, I promise you guys, is a beautifully green day or anything like that, but like I try to minimize loss whenever it happens. So days like yesterday that are significantly different than the way that I thought, I'm able to still kind of restructure into that, or into different options, or restructure the money to be able to be at a better place whenever shit comes back to reality. Because right now, you basically just made a fucking gap on Tesla that it can sit there and consolidate sideways and fuck with people. Microsoft, I want to see. My concern is that like we don't get, like, I like the play of playing Tesla north off 190, but if we don't get earnings that are worth a fuck on Microsoft and Google, that could go and be problematic in a lot of ways. Yeah, it's kind of a it's kind of looking like we're just kind of spinning to the downside and getting rejected every time we try to go back up. So definitely give yourself some time to if you are a bullish trader here, make sure that you go and have the ability to say, I'm not just throwing a play in to have a play in. Make sure that you actually go here and try to find a level of support let's go and say what, 488, excuse me, 488. That's kind of what I would be looking for, to see if I can go and have a long position there. I wouldn't want to go and get too overzealous with it, thinking that you're probably going to get that bounce off of the 490 or something like that, because it seems like you'll more than likely just get walked in from there. I would like to see a good move in the market, though, one way or the other. I think Tesla has a very, very good look. I would prefer to see a little bit more of a bleed in Tesla today. 2%, like all of a sudden, doesn't make any fucking sense. Cheetah Net Supply Chain Services signed definitive agreement to acquire Edward Transit Express Group. Okay. Thank you, Miss Bree. Make sure you guys show Bree some love. She was taking care of some shit whenever I was out, or taking care of shit for us whenever I was out. So we greatly appreciate her. Also, Arctic, appreciate you hanging out in the Discord, keeping everybody upbeat, keeping the tits out. Love to see it. But we're going to we're just gonna let the market. At this point, like with options, this is the day that like isn't always the fun one, but it's the one that matters. It's the one where you go and you take your ass whooping, and it's the decision that you make now that's going to go and determine the, I guess the finale, I guess the what's the word? It's going to determine where that position ultimately goes and ends up. Is it going to end up in a green position with a win, where you can go and still scratch profit out of it, or if you're going to go and take an L? So definitely going to be an interesting morning. We got some very good earnings after the bell, and we have FOMC and non-farm tomorrow. Keep in mind that the last several times we've had an FOMC data, we've gone and just been walked from the high to just getting shit on. It would make very, very good sense to me. I mean, if I was just a pure idiot, I go and think that we have like a little green push in the market, just like Tesla's trying to go right into that 198, and potentially just get walked back from there. Every time we have an FOMC meeting, we end up going and having the rest, or I guess 3-4 days afterwards, we just have a decline of like a downside trend. So go check out that historical data, because it's definitely interesting the way that FOMC continues to just smack the market in the teeth. Save down by that $6 area. We wanted it. We were picking it up at 630. I still think it's probably going back to 488. AI did have that nice run off of the 23. I think it was 23.50. Got back up to $26. I think there's a validity to see that one break out if it gets over 27. I think it's actually 27 and some change to the high side, like 27.70 or something. But an eye on that. But we got about 2 minutes until the market opens. So make sure that you're on your mark so that you can get set and then haul out. But I do appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Breeze lighting the fucking chat up with some ticker symbols to look at. I think PTPI is an interesting one from back in the day as well. So there's going to be a lot of interesting things happening this morning. So we'll keep an eye out on everything. I'll let you know what I see. Ding, ding, ding. We got the green candle from the SPY. I did just pick up some more Tesla. Tesla dropped $2 immediately. You gotta love it. I'm trying to look at those 182s or 182.5. I just want to kind of see I want to see the market continue. If it does not, Tesla's going to just completely come through the 200. I'm looking for the bounce though on Tesla to go and show, ooh, no, I'm fine here. We're looking for this gap to fill at 192. SPY's getting a push. SQ's not doing a fucking thing. We're at 160 on Amazon, which doesn't make any fucking sense. We should be back here at least to probably 158. See what? Damn, AMD's looking spicy. They're gonna get rejected right here. AMD, everything's probably downside from here. Seeing Amazon, or excuse me, seeing that AMD right here is going into resistance, seeing that we could just turn over and this end up being some resistance here that we just kind of tried to trap people into the top side, makes complete sense. Looking for the breakdown of the 96 EMA here. Tesla just gave up the 96. I just entered some more 182.5. Good morning, Hyde. How are you, sir? Tits Out Tuesday. So Caesar got the memo. Look at Tesla, yeah, baby. So this is what I'm doing. I'm going to go and restructure the puts with the volatility they have right now. I'm trying to get out of them right here, because I think you're going to get a little bounce just on Tesla alone. So I'm going to go and restructure, take the loss here on my 177.5. And I'll tell you what the fuck that is here in a second. When you want to fill, you're more than welcome. AMD's trying to go. One little push to the downside, Tesla. Actually, I'm going to keep some of my position on the 175s. I'm actually only going to let half out. So I just took a 60% L on those contracts, because why lose the other fucking 40 if they're not going to get there? My thought would be to just go and take that cash. I want to see this bounce here just for a quick second. I want to go and enter my position back into the 194 area. So if you look at it the way that I am currently, you're getting the move down on Tesla that you want, but the market, you're seeing the market go and have a little bit of validity trying to get to that, trying to get over VWAP here. We're going over our 200 on AMD. Microsoft's coming into the 200, using it as support with 10,000 shares ready to buy. It seems like you're going to get a bounce or something along the lines of a turnaround in Tesla if the market decides that it wants to keep going. what I would love to see is the market kind of go and just continue trying to get some SQ12. Yeah, that's a beautiful idea. So I just want to see the green candle, because the value of my contracts was going up while Tesla's going down. I want to see Tesla make a green move back to the upside before I go and reposition and purchase with the same exact amount of money that I just went and sold out of those options. I can go and buy more at a better area with the volatility that it's creating me. I picked up 2 more Teslas at 183 yesterday. Love that. I just want to see this move come to fruition here. I almost want the fucking SPY right now to just rip. Stop right there. Where's the that's probably the gap right there. That probably just filled that gap. No bullshit. What? Oh. So now I want to enter these Tesla 182 and a halfs around that 50. I think it was 56 that I saw them at. Yeah. There's a median just on these contracts alone. So these contracts are on the downside of this trend right now. What you're looking for, if Tesla decides that it wants to come back up and retry, 194.32, which would be the resistance here, right there. On a 10-minute perspective, keep in mind, guys, that if you go and turn off extended trading or extended hours, you're effectively looking at what? 191.26 that you're basically looking at it as a targeted support that you're trying to go to. Just curious. Been a while since. Yeah. I want to go and address that, Hyde. I will do that very shortly. Let me just make sure that Tesla gets the fuck out of here. But I do not know to answer your question just off rip. But no, there have been some interesting developments, stuff like that. But wanted to just be transparent. Definitely wanted to bring it up, but want to make sure I go and focus on this trade. AMD's walking back into that 177 to see if it holds, but we definitely did get rejected. It did blow through that area though with a big green candle. We're gonna see if it comes back and gets held by VWAP, which is gonna be 177.04 here. You're probably gonna get a candle down into this red line. We're wanting to see this hold this red line, and you're wanting to see, if you want AMD bullish here, you want to see this go and start using support. It's going to wick down here, 176.92, and you need a wick off. You need this to wick off here, right there, just like that. See how your indicators just kind of perked up right here, going in, and you wicked right into that 170 right there, bang. 176.92. AMD's more than likely going to stay up over that 200. We need that right now because we need conductors or semis right now to pull us still, or to continue us green. I think we're going to probably try to evaluate that 491.42. what did I just say? 149, 491, 42. Excuse me, 42. Trend that you can just connect your top of your red wicks here. Hello, thank you. You guys better stop fucking playing with my internet. I'm not playing with you guys. I will fuck somebody up at Spectrum. No cap. Stop fucking playing with my internet. Let's move. Yeah, you're looking right here to reevaluate that 192.30. Tesla's trying to get a good push off of the 192.61. We need these options to go. Like this is where the top of this option should be right now, because I don't want this to drop through the 96. If we can go ahead and get the turnaround, that would be beautiful, because then option wise, I want this to come right back into VWAP, more than likely into that 60, 57 range. But I'm kind of looking to purchase more of the position that I just got out of. I want to restructure that, and this is that restructuring right here into this VWAP move on these contracts. There we go. So I want that move. I just want to pick them up. They're not going to be there for very long. But if we can get a decent move, I mean, the market going and, or I guess AMD turning over like that is not going to go and help. What the fuck just happened to... We're still holding the 200 there. Beautiful pullback. We just, yeah, all we need is Tesla to just do a little green thing one time. I have a limit buy at 53 on these contracts that I'm trying to enter. I just picked them up for 56 earlier. So I'm kind of looking to just grab these. I wish I would have gone and seen this first little green rip down, or excuse me, the green rip into 37. That would have been spicy. What I don't want to see is this contract go and continue to hold VWAP here. If this contract holds VWAP, that gives me more sentiment that we get throttled here on Tesla. Because this is a put. If this put goes and drops back, that means that Tesla is doing exactly what I need it to do, which I want it to run effectively to 193.84. Fill the contract. I want to see this little dip and a hold. But if we hold on this contract, that means this put's going to grow in evaluation and gap through this. So if that's the case, that means that Tesla gets rejected probably from 193 and starts walking itself backwards, because that would be a volatility move right there. That would be a market shift. Are both up 10%? Let's go. Baltimore was your pick? Fucking Baltimore sucks ass. It's like Kelsey dating Taylor. No, I fucking hate Kelsey. He fucked me in fantasy one year, and that was it after that. I didn't trust that ass. See, now what I'm looking for at the exact same time, I want to see the SPY, like I was talking about. I want to see the SPY start to go and get that green movement, come off the VWAP, and then start to go and retest these areas of that 191.5 from the high yesterday. The reason being is because I want to make sure that we get rejected from that. But I did need this move that, see how Tesla took a red candle off rip on the 10-minute? It does not, like, it's already smacked back into 192 to then make the move when the SPY was just making the move and everything's been consolidating sideways. Tesla actually lost $2 before it had to make that move. So Tesla has to work twice as hard to get up where it needs to be now at this point. But we are looking to fill at 53 here. Give me that one time. Tesla, I need you to literally make a wick. I need a wick through that 96. That'll probably do it. Give me, please. Órale, verga, tu mames fue. Give me. Just right here. Bang. Hit it. No, don't you even think about holding 55, you rat bitch. Come on, SPY. Help the SPY. Help. There we go. Hello. ¿A dónde? Go. Oh, fill that position, bitch. Come on, SPY. I need one more. That contract literally smacked perfect. It didn't fill into the 53 though. That's crazy. Now Tesla will go and set up over VWAP here for a second. SPY might try to go and break out to the top side just for a real quick minute, kind of like what AMD looks like right now if you want the look of it. But yeah, it kind of looks like we're breaking up over. We could potentially do that to go and trap a couple people, but it more than likely is going to end up looking like a 15-minute candle or something like that goes and tries to get weird, but ultimately comes back. Tesla's trying to go. It tried to get there for me, but let's see if Tesla. I think the area that it's going to go and try to retest is right here. These two wicks down this morning kind of settled Tesla into a level of like, hey, we were good. But we actually went and lost that fight, what, 10 minutes off or 10 minutes before pre-market. Anyway, I guess we lost the fight to hold this area at the 194 and just continue to go north. We lost that right there at that spot. So I'm wanting to go and see this come right back up here to this little golden yellow-ish color. That's not a good thing because that's looking like VWAP. I'm looking for this to go and basically show me that I know that over this line right here and over these two levels of resistances at 194.32 and 194.10, these two areas are both resistance. If I can see the SPY go and get over evaluated and kind of a big head, if you will, into that 194, I'm going to go and assume that you don't know your own evaluation and need to be shorted, because everything in the market right now is trying to go and get through the tops of yesterday and stuff like that. So we're doing exactly what we need to do to get rejected from the overall market. We just need it to happen now. Because just like yesterday, we could go and have a fucking yeet candle all of a sudden for absolutely no reason. They stayed NVIDIA to 1,000. Yeah, no fucking way. The problem with it is that, it might get to 1,000. But my problem is, Bree, with NVIDIA is The issue is the fact that it's such a big stock that it's hard to go and maintain bullish trajectory on a stock like that at that kind of price. No company usually is going to allow that to go that high just because they're going to try to make it more what's the word? More, it's a fucking another word for eating, Christ's sakes. It's more man, it's the word to like say it's the size of your appetite. I guess it's more appealing to, that's what I guess that's the word. It's more appealing to smaller investors that might not have the capital to throw at $1,000 a share. Some people might have $5,000-$6,000 of NVIDIA or something like that, but they might want $10,000 if it's at $100 a share. So they'll more than likely go and in SQs at 12. Oh shit, I could have sold you those this morning. I could have given you a fat ass deal. I let those go early. But that's exactly where I dropped them. So it's not a bad. The reason, and the only reason that I dropped them, Arctic, was to go and rearrange capital to go and put into the Tesla play so that I could go and average down. So it wasn't necessarily an issue of I still like the SQs. I think the SQs are bound to rip towards that 1280 at least, or excuse me, the that 13 area, 1280, yeah, 1280 into the 13 area. But this is what I'm looking for right here. Tesla's trying to do it again. I just need a little bit of Tesla getting too fucking big for its britches, if you will. SPY's trying to go and hold. AMD, you're not helping right now, but AMD is more than likely going to find a bottom somewhere here very shortly and end up ripping green like it usually does. I did just purchase those contracts on Tesla at 53 right here. They just filled. There's that push right there. We got a little bit too fucking big for our britches because remember, we are not fucking good right here. We've been showing ourselves that all morning on Tesla. This is where I'm entering this position. This is what I'm looking for. Is you have gone past the area that you were good to evaluate. So now I can see that you're pushing into this orange line with less than a superior pushing power. You had to fight to get here. Now you're fighting for this. You're effectively trying to fight an area or a price target that you didn't go and check behind you before you went and started fighting the other guy. Like you're fighting two different locations here, but you chose the bigger one after you've had your ass kicked 17 times, if that makes any type of sense. Wanted the 12s, but too spending. No, I feel that. No, definitely make sure that you feel good about it. Like if there's anything that I've learned, if I can't go and say, oh, you know what, I don't feel like I'm 100% behind the thesis of why I made the options trade, I won't make it. It's probably a dangerous level of I don't know if that's stubbornness or if that is just having man, what is the fucking word today? Am I having a stroke? Jesus Christ. Having the sentiment and then feeling like there's not a fucking way in hell are two totally different totally different things. Most of the time, if I'm gonna go and play a position, even if it's a really, really ridiculous position, I want to know that I feel pretty fucking certain that if the things that I need to go correctly, that I can go and accomplish the price drop that I need, or the price increase, or whatever the fuck I'm trying to get, then yeah, I'll send a bag. See, there's Tesla doing the shit right here. We're just running right into this area. Now you're looking at AMD trying to go and come to the downside of this little kind of support it's trying to make itself. We need the SPY. Yep, that's exactly what we needed right there on the SPY. Thank you. But that big ass red candle, though, looks more like a pullback into support. We need to get really hit here, because we did get a green candle to go back up over this red trend line that we were watching. But we did see a lot of weakness from Tesla early right here at the 194. The 194 has absolutely no relevance to me from yesterday. However, we're using the realization that, hey, we were having problems getting over Tesla 189 yesterday, guys. Not 192, not 194. Like, we were having problems just keeping it over the 190 yesterday. So I have a very, very difficult time feeling like we're going to be able to evaluate. By the way, I did fill both of those positions at 58 and 53. So we're back to the upside, or we're back to wanting the downfall of Tesla to walk itself back into that 189. I'm first looking for the 200 break of that 192.19. That break of the 192.19 will more than likely cause these options to go up and try to fill this gap. If I can go and get an easy 100% on these contracts by grabbing them at 50 and rolling them out at 100, if I can get the gap fill, I'm absolutely going to go and let those go for 100. Or at least half of the entirety of the position, because then I've gone and just put myself back to profitable within one move by being patient and watching for this exact fucking thing to happen. Guys, look at this. This is disgusting. The breakout to the upside, the little bait, and the absolute shit candle that gets thrown upon your lips. See, now you're looking to try to go and hold your open candle, which is a very, very big fucking deal at 490 right here. You're looking to go and break on this contract, which is a put, over VWAP. So you can use that in correlation, that if you get the pop through VWAP, you're more than likely going to get the breakdown in Tesla and the overall market. Because if the overall market stays here, then Tesla will more than likely try to find a rebound. But if the market goes, or if Tesla goes, the market will go, and vice versa. So what I'm looking for is to use this option and the options analytics in general just as a correlation to say, hey, if this decides to go and have people buying the option correlating with the break of the technical analytics on it, there's got to be a reason why, and it's because it correlates with the price value dropping through VWAP right here on Tesla. So now you're going and seeing, you're going to see these fucking people realize that's a premium, or you're buying these at a discount, give or take a couple dollars on theta. You might see, if this breaks to the downside, this start to move through. If it breaks to the 200, we're more than likely going to go to the upside of this, because this is trying to go, this downtrend, this downtrend is trying to go and keep us underneath this line now. We're trying to get back above the line, structure ourselves over 78, and then move back into the 103 fight. Once we get back into that 103 fight, we have to go and think, do we have the gas to go and get that 122 that we got rejected from to retest? If we have a gap fill at 178, I think there is validity to get there, but I don't want to necessarily go and run myself right into 148 with the resistance of the bounce from where we pulled back into. So I'm waiting for those things because they all correlate, as stupid as that sounds. They all correlate in the fashion of, if you get the pop, you're going to get run just the same way you did here. But the more times this continues to hold that 50 cent area on 50 cent contracts, and Tesla goes and shows more resistance at the same time SPY decides to start walking, if those things all start to happen, it'll be a beautiful orchestrated sequence of everything timing perfectly to go and walk Tesla right through this 200. Because if the SPY can't go and say, I'm good here at 490.60, it's probably going to need to go and say, am I even good at 489.90 right here? But if you get the drop in the overall market, you're going to get a drop in everything around it that's over evaluated anyway. If it's over evaluating itself, it will go and show it to you on the charts, and all you have to do is just let the SQs, let's go. Oh shit, candles. You gotta love to see them. Hyde and Reich's talking about that. I did see that, Hyde, and then I got to talking and flapping my fucking gums. Give me 1 second. Yeah, that thing is get the fuck out of here. Woo! Yeah, same kind of thing with that happened to Tesla. It has that little cup structured up right there at the 554. Nope. 544, excuse me. It's like I'm fucking retarded, genuinely. AMD trying to go and break here to that trend that we were looking at. We held here on AMD yesterday several times. You could see it. There was no candle that wanted to go as deep as that red one here. So let's take that. Hello. Thank you. That red candle, bottom of this red candle right here, that also happened to be the area of structure that we found yesterday. So that's a very, very, let's go and say that's very, very supportive for AMD. However, everything in the market did great yesterday. S&P flew. How did AMD just come, whoops. How did AMD just go and kind of open up, trend sideways? If you're getting the move that like this out of Tesla in your pre-market right here, if you're getting this kind of gap up on Tesla, this kind of gap up on MSCI, along with a bunch of other things in the market, all your semis are all green, all your tech stocks are green, crypto's green. If AMD's not, AMD is now going to get walked back faster and go through its support lines quicker than everything else. Tesla still has to go like 190.5, but AMD doesn't have the room to go 198 or 190.5. it's literally sitting here playing with its fucking support line at that 175. If we don't have the ability to give AMD the breadth that it needs to survive through that support area while the market's doing its bullshit to the downside, the market's going to take it with it. By the way, cheers, breathing treatments all around. But when you get a move like this on the SPY, I like the fact that you get bullish momentum by all means, but you want to make sure that everything else is correlating and going with you, because if you don't, you're going to have a lot of companies that are already at support lines that they need to hold. And then if your SPY decides, or your overall indicators and ETFs don't go and hold, you're going to get your stock walked back. Let's say that you had Tesla trending at 190 and the SPY trading at 490, and you correlate that in your head. Well, when you see the SPY up at like 495 or some shit like that, but Tesla's still at 190, you know that when that SPY comes back to just even 490 and you come back $5 on that stock price, Tesla's probably going to end up being sub 190 into the 185 area. So that's how you go and get that loss of the $5 on Tesla without ever losing a dollar on the SPY. It's just rotation. I think that Microsoft has probably one of the best opportunities to go. I agree with you completely, Arctic. I'm just saying, like, it just for anything by, like, I guess anything, any type of stock that you realize you're, like, if you correlated CCL and it was at $18 for the longest time, and then, or while the SPY was trading at 490, and then you see the fucking SPY at 550, you would assume that you're going to see CCL probably $25, $30 or so, something crazy, or I guess to correlate with the same type of price ratio or movement. You don't go and I always look at the SPY and Tesla. So if, like, when we were, I mean, they used to be the same price. Think of that shit. So you got to kind of wrap your head around it's not a price issue. It's okay, well, if I just watched the value of that stock go $5, but the S&P didn't go and run that stock $5, that's why I went and thought Tesla would at least give it back quickly to 190. Because why the fuck did Tesla just go and throw on an extra 2%? Now Tesla's up 2%. If the market doesn't want to go behind Tesla, Tesla's not fucking going anywhere. Tesla was effectively, like, or I guess in this metaphor, Tesla was the guy at the bar that got drunk and thought all of his buddies were going to help him go beat that guy up. And his buddies literally sat on their ass and drank their beer. Tesla's buddies basically know that he needed to get his ass kicked and let him go get his ass kicked in the parking lot and sat there. You know what I mean? Like, they did not have his back there. And the market can't have Tesla's back or AMD's back or Google's back if it's not as a whole sound enough to go and hold up. I think there's absolutely a case for the market to obviously continue bullish, but it's going to be very, very difficult to go and withstand a lot of the economical bullshit and the governmental bullshit that's going to go and probably play into semiconductors, which are a huge part of the S&P 500 right now. CVS Frog coming in talking about Nexi may I'm sorry, I can barely see that. May be dissolving the company. Okay. CCL ship just rescued 2 kayakers yesterday in the ocean. That's fucking dope. Shout out to your brother. Arctic Falcon, I'm assuming. You're a real one if you get that reference. But see, I like Hyde brought up earlier. Look at fucking MC or MSCI. Absolutely do not fucking trade this thing right now. Because it's obviously made a move and is just consolidating sideways. It's looking very, very good. However, that's jerking off the sandpaper right there. Beautiful move if you were in it prior. It's just you don't want to go and kind of get walked down $25 within a candle or something like that. It's just a very, very very interesting stock to trade. But it's gone what? What were we looking at? Just a quick 8.5%. So you could possibly think that if the market kind of comes back, it might give a little bit of that 8% back, considering that it's definitely much higher than everything else around it, in perspective to yesterday. Now, if you do have something like a move like that, I basically need to go and understand, okay, if I did get a bump up in price, what gives me the validity or the emphasis behind it to give the value of 8% of that stock price to itself? I want to, like, if we're looking at Tesla and Elon goes and does something very, very good for the company, and I can correlate that with a price movement, then yeah, that's great. But if I just watch Tesla go up for 2% and I have no goddamn clue within the life of me why the hell they did it, that's the one that I look to short right there, is where it doesn't quite fucking make any type of sense. NVIDIA, scoot. Brr. Oh, I think that CVS Frog comment was to Arctic. Come on, Tesla. Keep getting rejected. Those wicks, though. Those wicks are problematic. Mr. Moneybags over here. Then he goes and hits you with a boom. Watch him go and fucking dab on somebody. I would fucking cry if I saw Heidenreich just dab on somebody. Holy shit. That's just that's a catastrophe right there for whoever takes that one. I'm out on the Patio looking at a couple of things, and we got some movement. Nexi is moving, yes sir. Nexi's feeling itself. AMD is also trying to get back up over that 200. Watch the side of semis try to go, but make sure that you're going and getting through just even 177.80. We got rejected there yesterday, and then we got a move that didn't sustain itself after pre-market. So make sure, and we didn't do it again off rip earlier and kind of faked a bunch of people in. I wouldn't go and I don't think that it wouldn't surprise me to go and see them go break this down underneath the pre-market shelf that it made, try to walk itself back into 175, give the sentiment that it was going to turn over. And then now people are thinking, oh yeah, now we're good to go. And I don't think that's the case. I think this is just a double move. I think this is where they catch a lot of people, and we need to get here. 177.77, and we need to start, and that's not at that point not even a guaranteed W at that point. I think that oh, this is the wrong fucking one, dude. This isn't even a W here yet. That's just a place where you need to go and hold structure. All of these other wicks are just bullshit. They don't really mean a fuck to me because they did not go and validate themselves. They invalidated themselves by allowing a candle to go and shut them out, like the red one that came behind it. So we're looking for that to structure up, but AMD is looking very, very good. I'm glad I structured that, or my Tesla 177.5, because now that market's moving around, I'm able to just sit here and let Tesla do what it wants to do. If Tesla wants to sit here, as much as if it wants to continue to just walk right into that 194.32, great. I'll go and exit some of like a put or like 5 or 10 puts at a time when it goes into that area, just like we did when it got too, like I was talking about, over zealous or too big for its head here. We immediately got smacked in the teeth, but now we're doing it again. We're trying to structure ourselves over this 193.96 area here, but if we can't hold that, that's just going to continue to put us in this little wedge. I would really like you to stop fucking doing that. Thank you. But whoops. I'm also looking into the company that owns Louis V. Double top. No, yeah, invalidates itself. Drops underneath the trend that it was trying to take, underneath it. Now, what could happen very, very likely is that we run back to 196 if the market does decide to find a bottom and we continue through these areas, like AMD, if we continue and just start to move, then I would assume that we probably go and find a bottom on the SPY for the very, very moment at least. You're going to go and probably see the same kind of movement to Tesla to the upside. But if Tesla wants to go and retry that 196 here, um, it'll probably try to bait everybody long. So if you can get Tesla to move, that would be beautiful. But I'm looking for a couple of rejections here. But even if it does decide to come up now, I still have capital because we were able to go and get out of our options at the most. Yeah, actually, that is weird. Arctic, I haven't seen him today. Halted. Next, he's halted. Oh, you already got that? I'm fucking retarded. But yeah, no, I'm looking to pick up more of the SPY contracts. I want to make sure that if we do run into 198, you bet your ass I'm buying a shitload of those contracts to not only average down on those 182.5s just because they'll be so incredibly cheap, but I would be buying them long of anything long of 196 into that 198 area, because if it just goes and turns around, by the time we get back here, I've made my money back. The volatility that would go and bring to get towards that 200 into that psychological, there would be so many people in that you could make the entire 40% that we took to the downside that we've already covered, but the 40% that 60% that we lost earlier, that would have already gone, and or that goes and pays for itself right there off of this move. But what if it does not go and actually validate itself and just drops right back in? That's a very, very likely thing. A big conversation we've had here all morning on this exact line. This line is the bouncer of the day. This is the guy at the door saying, no, I'm not fucking thinking so. As soon as we thought we were good here, immediately smacked us in the teeth and told us we were not good. SPY trying to come back a little bit. You're getting the rejection off of that 177.77 off of AMD. You're getting, the market is explaining to you, I might not be as good as I think I am right now. Because at key levels where you needed the push, you needed AMD to get up and above that area right there, the SPY did not go and hold for you. What it did do for Tesla, though, however, you can see the same double top right here. We're looking, oh no, excuse me. Yeah, we're looking for the same rejection over the top right here. But what is interesting is that this did go and break this little wedge. I want to see if we come back to retest. If we do retest, that's going to more than likely end up with this being a wedge. And this comes to the downside out of this pattern. A very, very nice bait to the upside if it does not go and break through these areas. Actually, Tesla's doing a very good job. AMD's crawling back too. Though that wick candle right there into the 96 gave a little bit more back than I would have liked on AMD. Tesla doing a very good job though. Oh, a lot of people want to usually go long here. This is where I want to buy a contract or two, because now we're effectively doing the same thing. If the market does not go and follow up, Tesla probably does not have the grapes to do it itself. Apple has been taking off to the downside though for 4 candles. Holy shit. On a minute chart, where is my Apple on this? On this one. Look at this fucking thing. Look at these minutes. Look at these minutes. Oh my shit. Yeah, daddy. Immediately just straight down on the minute candle. DWAC. He's just hating NFTs at the moment. Yeah, probably. So I'm looking at Apple, the canary of the market, right? Shitting the bed on the last 4 candles, gaining a nice support there, trying to go and hold the support of that 190 right there currently. SPY is at a very, very pivotal point that it needs to hold, along with Tesla doing a very, very good job trying to get back to the open candle of the day. I'm typically going to be the person that wants to go and short back into this, but if I can get 185s for $59 a piece, look at Nexigo. If I can get 185s here to restructure my 177.5s, we were able to get out of those, and now to just go and take the position that obviously we went and offset the loss from already, but we just need to go and now put it at a better place for us to profit off of it when the sentiment of the move that we're trying to capitalize off of happens. I almost just, oh, okay. We're trying to grab these right here, 195. Nexi's moving. See, now we're looking at Apple right here on a minute chart, getting rejected from its support that we've had from prior time. I don't know when. I don't know when the fuck I did this. DWAC minute chart looks good. Looking to go and probably go back to that 3870, 3778. Find support and run to 4150. What the fuck was I doing before that one though? AMC is also over that 411 from yesterday, which is kind of interesting. That 411 area was that place that we were trying to go and get through. Yep, right here. We moved through it. We start, or I guess we're starting to trend in a higher high, higher low situation there from yesterday. Moved up. Now we're trying to go and probably hold that 412, 411. If we can do that, AMC might try to find some support there, but be very careful. Give me 1 second. I think that Spanish lady I was just on the phone with just called me a pussy. Not too sure entirely, but we're probably gonna fill these 180. What did I put those in for? 59 a contract right here is what I'm looking for. Tesla's getting that move right back into the high. The only thing I'm worried about here is if they're going to let this go, I see more of a validity for them to go and let this run to 190 or 198 or so. If we can get through the pre-market high, that's the only if. We need to make sure that we go and get through that 196.04 into the 196.27 area. But as far as right now, this has gone and held true right here. Over and over and over again. This area does not fuck around with Tesla. Ooh, we're actually a little low. But you stretch that one out. We're going directly into that same resistance. I did just fill that option at 90, or excuse me, at 59.